Hello, welcome back to Dry Creek Beekeeping. So today I'm going to be taking a look at my Alpha Hive and my Beta Hive. And I haven't checked on these hives in a month and a half. I've just been too busy with school, which has unfortunately started back up again. And I just haven't had a chance to get down to my hives. And that's also the reason why I haven't been uploading to YouTube as frequently. And I'm sorry about that. I think I got through the most busy part of the school year, so now I can probably get back to uploading more frequently. But since I haven't checked on these hives for a month and a half, I think a lot is going to have changed, and I can't wait to see how these hives are doing and whether or not they are starting to prepare for winter, or if they are already prepared. All right, starting out here with the Alpha Hive. And yeah, there's bees in here already. Okay, all right. That's not good. That's not something I want to see already. See that bee right there? How it has crinkled up wings? That means a varroa mite got to it. And it is never going to be able to fly. Seeing that is really not good, because that means there are varroa mites in this hive, and based on the fact that I've already seen a bee that has those crinkled wings, that means their numbers are probably fairly high. I mean, I don't see any other bees right here that have crinkled wings like that, but even seeing one isn't a good sign. I'm not sure why it seems like this, but for some reason I get the impression that the population of this hive is low. I'm not entirely sure why that is. All right, that is a beautiful frame of stores. Every single one of the cells is either filled with honey or pollen. This frame is just like exactly what I want to see. Hopefully I see more honey stores as I go through this hive though. Oh, here's some brood. Yeah, I got a decent little bit of brood here, and actually some larvae and eggs too. I'm a little bit worried that they might have swarmed in the time since I last checked on them, just because there's like some practice queen cells and stuff. And also that population, like I said, looks down, but who knows? I think I'm definitely going to have to treat for varroa mites, and then probably also start feeding this hive as well. This is that frame, foundationless frame that I put in here that they just turned into a place for drones, unfortunately. I might move this frame all the way to the outside, I think, just because it serves no real purpose, and going into winter we want the good frames on the inside, and that right there is not a good frame. Now we're starting to get more towards the honey stores, though they still have some brood on them. Seems like they have the brood favoring this side of the hive, so it looks like it's probably going to be this area here that's going to have the cluster once we get to winter. And yay, yet another thing that I don't want to see. See all those little white specks in there? That is brood that has died, and they're starting to eat. At least it appears as such. And then there's also a queen cell right here. It ain't got anything in it, but still. And yeah, here's another bee that has shriveled up wings. Yeah, what it looks like is the brood was being made, or like growing, I guess, and then they uncapped it, and that process is being showed here as well in some areas where it's like partially capped. But they uncapped it and then they started eating it, or at least attempting to take it out. And I'm not entirely sure why. Again, I think it has to do with the varroa mites, because I have seen at least 3 bees in here now that have had shriveled up wings. And here's one of them right now, right there. And that's not good. That is not good at all. So I am definitely gonna have to come back in maybe even just 1 week and treat for varroa mites, or otherwise it's gonna get a lot worse. All right, and here is the only frame that has good honey stores on both sides. That's not ideal in the slightest. I would love to see more frames actually have honey stores on them, but no. So it looks like with this hive, the Alpha Hive, I'm going to have to start feeding them, and then also I'm going to have to treat them for varroa mites. And this needs to be done in the very near future. All right, this hive, the last time I checked on it, a month and a half ago, attacked me very viciously the moment I opened the hive. Oh geez, that is glued on there. Oh, finally. All right. Well, so far so good. They haven't all streamed out and attacked me. Oh wow, already. This is what I am looking for with a hive going into winter. Oh, I can't wait to show this. This is good. Yep, that frame just yeah, that's pleasant. That's just great. That frame isn't coming out. All right, back to this side. Look at that. That is a whole lot of honey right there. And would you look at that? Another full frame of honey. And finally, 3 frames in, we have a ton of brood. All very healthy brood. Looking at the bees on the frames, we got some new bees on here, and they are also looking good. And looking at the color of the honey in the light here, that is some dark honey. That's all probably goldenrod honey, I would guess, just based on the color alone. But yeah, it looks like this hive has thrived in my absence. Unlike the Alpha Hive, of course, which decided to just start failing. Yeah, this one is doing very well. Every single one of these frames, despite having a large amount of brood, also has a ton of honey along the top, which is just perfect. And it looks like this frame right here is the very edge of where the brood is. So the brood only goes for 4 frames, which means 6 of the frames are just full honey frames. Incredible. That's what I like to see. This hive, I have almost no doubt in my mind, will survive the winter, unless we have a really harsh winter. But if it's just a normal winter, this hive has all the stuff available on hand to survive. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this hive back up. I am going to treat this hive for varroa mites, even though it doesn't seem like they're struggling from them, just because I like to treat all my hives for varroa mites in these last couple months before winter. So expect a video on that soon. Alright, so to recap what I saw and what I did here today. Today I checked on the Alpha and the Beta Hives for the first time in a month and a half. And again, that was because I've been at school, I've been way too busy, and I just haven't had a chance to check on my hives. But the Alpha Hive isn't doing that well. They don't have enough honey stores, and while they have brood, the brood doesn't seem to be that healthy. I think that they have a varroa mite problem, and right now they aren't looking too good for winter. In the coming weeks, I am going to make sure to be feeding these hives, and I'm also going to put varroa mite strips in there to get rid of the varroa mites, because I saw several bees that had shriveled up and deformed wings. The Beta Hive, on the other hand, is doing extremely well. They just have the perfect recipe for surviving the winter. Everywhere that can have honey has honey, and everywhere that doesn't have honey has brood. And there's lots of brood in there. They're gonna have a booming population and plenty of honey to survive the winter. But anyway, thank you for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.